Alright, now I want to do a short video about how to use APRS at the W4ATC station. So APRS, if you don't know, stands for Automatic Packet Reporting System, and the standard frequency in the United States for it is 144.390. So if your radio isn't already set to 144.390 megahertz, go ahead and do that and make sure that you're on the FM mode and that you're on filter 1. Now, this is a little more involved than the EME in terms of software. So I've made some shortcuts. We're going to go over here to Direwolf Easy Start on the desktop. Just double click that and it's going to launch a PowerShell command and it's going to bring up Direwolf in a few seconds for us. You can see it's got a log file connected and there we go. So every 10 seconds I've included a command in the shortcut to give us an audio report. Ideally your audio on CH0, it's channel 0, should be between about 20 and 30. So 25, 24, we're looking good. So Direwolf is open, and as we can see, it's decoded a packet here. And I'll explain what that means once we get to our next program. So you're going to come down to the taskbar now, and you're going to find Pinpoint APRS. Just double click that. You can see it's going to go ahead and open. Alright, so you'll see a couple windows pop up. This one here is a map. Of course, it's centered on our location there. Now, in order to get this connected to Direwolf, all we need to do is to come up here to Tools, click that, and then click Connect TNC. You're going to see down here that it says TNC connected to network TNC. Good. So let's go ahead and come back to Direwolf, and we can see confirmation there. It's connected to our KISS TCP client. So we can go ahead and minimize Direwolf, and now we're going to wait for some packets to come in. It is Monday afternoon, so not as busy as it usually is on weekends, but you'll hear kind of a screech over the radio, and that's the packet coming through, and it's going to decode that, put it on the map, and then show the information about what that packet contains. So I'll come back once we've got one. Okay, we just got a packet. You can see the plain text of the packet down here. Of course, that's just kind of a string of random stuff to us, but the program can interpret it and tell us what it is, and there we got another one. So as you can see, these two little icons have showed up on the map. One is just a person running, and the other one's a car. You can select your own icons. People will pick those just to give you an idea of what it is. So if we want to see more information about the packet, we're going to come over here, click the plus next to radio reports. We can see we've got 2 position reports. We're going to go ahead and open that. Let's just see W4RJG there, double click it, and it gives us all this information: altitude, latitude, longitude, all that good stuff. So you can see that this is an interesting way of transmitting little packets of data over RF. And another interesting thing is that these can be repeated by stations. So a station might pick this up and retransmit it, and you can end up with a network that spans over multiple states. You can also have stations that are connected to the internet called iGates, and those are going to take the packets that they decode and upload them to the internet. We can do that here too. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to Tools, click it again, and click Connect APRS IS. APRS IS connected, and now we can see that there's a huge amount of packets coming through over the internet. The map is just starting to fill out. So the program does differentiate between packets we receive over the radio versus APRS IS. So if we go ahead and hit the minus there, we collapse that. We can see we've got over 100 and counting position reports. And so you can see that it's really a large-scale network. If we come up to Tools and we go to Options, hit OK, and we go to Map, we can put some restrictions on what stations are actually shown. So if we only want to show stations that we hear directly, we can click that, and it'll clean up the map for us a little bit. Or at least it will only show new pins for stations that we hear directly. If you want to disconnect the APRS IS, just come up to Tools again and hit Disconnect. And that's all there is to it. Now, if we want to send a message, let's say we want to send a beacon of our GPS location, we can come up to Tools again, send position beacon, and when I click this, you're going to hear the radio transmit. Alright, so that means we've transmitted our GPS location. If we go to a browser and we go to the website APRS.fi, we can see ourselves spotted on there. This is essentially just a map over the internet. And there we are. So if we see this line, we were spotted by K4RAX all the way over there. Other things that you can do with APRS, if we go up to tools again, we can actually send SMS and email. So I'm going to send myself a text message. If I just put my phone number in here. Just type my message. You can see that it's a pretty low character limit, so make sure you use the space efficiently. When I'm done with that, I'm just going to hit send. Radio transmits, and then I'll get a notification here on my phone in a second saying I received the text. In order to send SMS, you'll need to opt in. You can come to aprs.wiki on any web browser, and you're just going to put your phone number in here and then hit opt in, and that's going to let you receive and send messages to APRS. So this can be helpful if cell networks go down on a large scale and you need to get a message out there, and maybe the person on the other end doesn't have a radio. It's just a cool little thing to do. Now you can also do WinLink, send email via gateway. We also have WinLink installed separately, and so that's what you would prefer to use for that. Hopefully this has been a cool little introduction to APRS for you, and I hope you come down to the shack and give it a try for yourself.